That Nintendo Direct brought about everything that anybody could have ever wanted from Nintendo at this point in time. They brought Mario and Luigi back. They brought Luigi's Mansion 2. We got Donkey Kong. Wait a minute, this Direct is not that great. Alright, before we get into it, let me just explain that I'm a huge Nintendo fan. I mean, if you couldn't already tell by my entire channel history at this point, Nintendo is pretty much as important as water to my life at this point. However, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that this is the best Nintendo Direct that we've ever had. Yes, there were some standout reveals here, that's to be commended from Nintendo, but I'm going to be a realist here. Over half of the games from this Nintendo Direct, they're forgettable. I mean, if you went into a local GameStop and you saw a couple of these games on the shelf, you're not gonna pick them up. And on top of that, all of the interesting games that we've gotten in this Direct are straight up ports or just re-releases of games that are already on the Switch. And speaking of Super Mario Party Jamboree, I just want to get this out of the way. I feel like it's kind of disappointing that Nintendo ended up ditching Mario Party Superstars. The fact that that game didn't get DLC is just really disappointing because I feel like that's the best Mario Party game they've made so far. And I do like the fact that we have two returning boards from old Mario Party games coming back, but Mario Party Jamboree just feels like a filler title, right? It's not a heavy hitter. And speaking of not a heavy hitter, Donkey Kong Country Returns is a great game. I love Donkey Kong Country Returns. It's an absolute classic from the Wii, and the 3DS version was even better because you didn't have to use the motion controls, and it had exclusive levels. This version also has the exclusive levels from the 3DS port, making this the definitive version of the game. However, at the end of the day, we haven't gotten a new Donkey Kong Country game in quite a long time, so the fact that we're just getting a port of Returns is a bit disappointing to me. I think Nintendo is really just holding their cards close to their chest at this point, because I think Nintendo is just saving their big reveals for when their new system is gonna come out. So we're pretty much getting the bottom of the barrel in terms of game reveals here, except for a couple of games, which we'll get into. Oh, and same with Luigi's Mansion, by the way.
I mean, it's alright, like...
Okay, first of all, I just want to talk about the new Denpa Men. Now, if you guys don't know what the new Denpa Men is, you're probably wondering, like, what the fuck is this guy even talking about? The Denpa Men is actually a game series that started on the 3DS by Genius Sonority. Now, Genius Sonority actually has a vast history of working on various Pokemon spin-offs. And during the 3DS generation, they decided to take a crack at making their own original IP. And the Denpa Men is actually one of the most underrated video game trilogies that I've personally played on the 3DS. And then on top of that, when they dropped the fact that this game was going to be free to play on the Switch, that is absolutely insane. A whole free to play RPG just sitting on the Nintendo Switch. And I personally cannot wait for this game to come out. And it seems like it's definitely going to be a sleeper hit for most people. Okay, I've never seen another Metroidvania game that has a similar art style to Memories in Orbit. Memories in Orbit looks like such a cool art style. Like, it's got that hand-drawn, cel-shaded style to it that just reminds me of a Breath of the Wild or Hollow Knight. This game looks promising enough to hold up to those games. Now, I don't know what studio's working on this, but it's definitely going to be something that I'm gonna have to pick up. And I know Metroidvania games are not a lot of people's cup of tea, but this game looks like it was pretty much made for me. Alright, so Stray is coming to the Nintendo Switch. I played through Stray when it first came out, and I thought the game was absolutely gorgeous. I'm not sure exactly how Stray is going to perform on the Switch, frame rate wise. The thing is with the Switch port, I feel like it's gonna go either one or two ways. You're either gonna have to sacrifice the graphics of the game in order to maintain a smooth frame rate, or you're gonna have to sacrifice the frame rate in order to get the game to look as good as it does on PC or PlayStation. But Stray is such a visually striking game, I feel like the game would look good on a fucking smart refrigerator. And I'll definitely be on the listen for the performance specs of this game because I'm very interested in this port. I don't care. Welcome back to the 69th I Don't Give a Damn speedrun. This is your host, Bloody Book, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't give a damn about Nintendo World Championships NES Edition. I don't care about Fantasia Neo Dimension. I don't care about Hello Kitty Island Adventure. I don't care about Looney Tunes. I don't care about Among Us. I don't care about Farmagia. I don't care about Funko Fusion. I don't care about Metal Slug Attack Reloaded. I don't care about Darkest Dungeon 2. I don't care about Phantom Gray The Lost Hero. I don't care about Illusion Island. Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection's pretty cool. I don't care about Lego Horizon Adventures. I don't care about Tales of the Shire. I don't care about Just Dance 2025 edition. I don't care about Ace Attorney Investigations Collection. I don't care about the 100-line Last Defense Academy. I don't care about Romancing Saga 2 Revenge of the Seven. And last but not least, I don't give a damn about Nintendo Switch Sports Basketball. So, is anybody starting to realize why I don't think the Direct is that good? Alright, I bet any Mario and Luigi fan probably saw this series coming back at some point. Like, me and my friend talk about Mario and Luigi constantly and how good of a series it was, and how Alpha Dream really just jumped the gun when it came to the Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story remake. It's still very disappointing that Alpha Dream went bankrupt, but oh my god, this art style is incredible. This art style is so visually striking and perfect. It's everything I could have possibly wanted out of another Mario and Luigi game. Now, I don't know what exactly the story is going to be in this one. The title is called Brothership, so I'm pretty sure this is going to be like the Wind Waker of Mario and Luigi. So Mario and Luigi Brothership is coming a day after my birthday, and oh my god, it is going to be a day one purchase for me. I'm telling you what, when this game comes out, I'm going to be making so many videos on this game. So if you're excited for Mario and Luigi Brothership, make sure to hit that sub button. It's been almost exactly 7 years since Nintendo first revealed that Metroid Prime 4 started development. And supposedly since then, the game has been through a lot of troubled development. You know, it's very nice to see, after 7 years, at least some gameplay of Metroid Prime 4. However, Nintendo seems to be keeping most of this game a secret. They didn't go into the story, they didn't go into what kind of areas you'd be exploring. Like, yeah, they showed off some of the game, but it was very, very brief. And I'm thinking this game is going to be one of those big secrets like Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild, and I think Nintendo is going to start keeping the details of this game pretty under wraps. This is clearly the most anticipated game of the entire Direct, and I am so excited to sit down and play Metroid Prime 4. But in the lead up to Metroid Prime 4, I do hope that they drop Metroid Prime 2 and 3 on the eShop, so that way people can get accustomed to the storyline, because the original versions of the game have seemingly been delisted since the Nintendo eShop and the Wii Shop channel have been discontinued. So I really hope Nintendo decides to bring them back as well. Now, am I gonna sit here and say that the Direct was terrible? No, absolutely not. But am I gonna sit here and dick ride Nintendo and say that this Direct was perfect? Calling this the Hail Mary of the summer? No. And if you appreciate my brutal honesty, feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Oh my fucking god, we got Hello Kitty!